EBN TV. You can send in your thoughts and comments on 23993, and in the course of the broadcast I shall be sampling them. My name is Alusa. I shall be taking you through some of the stories that have also made it to the dailies this morning. Let's get straight into it and take a look at other stories before we delve deep into our topic this morning. Now, President William Ruto on Wednesday led the country in a national prayer breakfast in Nairobi. The ceremony brought together leaders from across the political sphere. Although opposition leaders from the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition did not attend the national breakfast, through a statement on Tuesday, Azimio dismissed the event offers as, and I quote unquote, as a dishonor to God. Leaders who graced the national prayer breakfast included First Lady Rachel Ruto, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, Second Lady Pastor Dorcas Gachagua, and Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, Speaker of the National Assembly Moses Wetangula, Speaker of the Senate Amason Kingi, and Leader of Majority, that is Kimani Ichung'wah, among other leaders. Emmanuel Mara compiled a report for us in regards to the national breakfast.
President William Ruto
Now we shall be getting that video in just a minute, whereby now yesterday the Azimio team did not grace the prayer breakfast itself, but President William Ruto called on Kenyans to unite. He also came out to just sell the 3% house levy and called on members of parliament to literally pass the bill. The president said that it's about time that we unite as a country so that we can be able to move forward. He also talked about the general elections and said that they were the most peaceful elections that Kenya had, and he said that he was grateful to Kenyans in regards to that. And let's just take a look at how the day was and how the prayer breakfast was. It was a report that was combined by Emmanuel Mara. Let's take a look.
President William Ruto today led the country in a national prayer breakfast in Nairobi. The ceremony brought together leaders from across the political sphere. Although opposition leaders from the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition did not attend the national prayer breakfast, the annual prayer session organized by Parliament is President Ruto's first since he assumed the office in September last year. National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula said they are deliberately on uniting the country to be at total peace with itself. President William Ruto said the August general election was a turning point for the nation.
To thank God for the last general election. The last general election were in a category of their own. I mean, it was a turning point from where I sit.
He said it is only happens in Kenya that the opposition leader had support from the government and candidate from the government was seen as the opposition candidate.
Because it only happens in Kenya that in our last election, the opposition leader became the government candidate. And the sitting president of the government became the opposition candidate. And as things should be, the opposition candidate, who was the then sitting deputy president, won the election, and the sitting president then handed over power to his deputy and went ahead to become the leader of the opposition party.
President William Ruto made yet a passionate appeal to lawmakers to support the housing levy, drumming up support for housing fund, further stating that if we feel the pain of 3% levy, it is because we are alive.
In this important debate on the finance bill, let us ask God to open our eyes and enable us. It is time to be bold and brave. Delay tactics and sabotage are written in the shaky handwriting of cowards.
Deputy President changed the mood of the prayers once he took to the stage by stating that he is a Christian and his baptism name is Geoffrey.
And for those probably who doubt my faith, because I don't have a baptism name, I was actually baptized. My name's Geoffrey. It's only along the way, when I was Geoffrey, I was an administrator to rule over people. When I decided in life to change my job description to serve the people, I needed to change the name so that I have a change of identity in my new job description.
Speaker of the National Assembly Moses Wetangula on his part emphasized the need for reconciliation in the country. Emmanuel Marwa reporting for EBN TV, Nairobi.
Now, Azimio leader Raila Amolo Odinga has told Kenyans to brace for a return of the weekly protests during citing the failure of the Kenya Kwanza government to listen to their grievances and lower the cost of living. Raila says President William Ruto's regime has given millions of Kenyans a deaf ear on the issues they are raising and is instead hell-bent on imposing more taxes on them through the finance bill. The ODM leader was speaking at Chungwa House when he met members of the Gusii community living in Nairobi.
Pili, tuliongea juu ya mambo ya gharama ya maisha. Gharama ya maisha imepanda kwa Wakenya. Hali ya uchumi iko mbaya. Na sio Kenya peke yake, hata nchi zingine iko mbaya namna hiyo. Je, tulitoka kwa mambo ya COVID ikawa mbaya. Kuna vita kule pande ya Urusi na Ukraine. Mambo ya mvua ilikuwa shida. Kwa hivyo hali ya uchumi ni mbaya. Lakini hata kama ni mbaya, serikali iliyo huru hali ilikuwa na hivyo. Na walikuwa wanatoa ushuru kutoka kwa wananchi na wanalipa. Tulikuwa nalipa. Hata walikuwa wameweka ile subsidy ambayo ilikuwa inaweka gharama ya maisha inakuwa chini. Bei ya mafuta ilikuwa iko chini. Hata bei ya unga ilikuwa iko chini. Jamaa alisema ati akichukua tu Biblia namna hii, bei ya unga itarudi chini kutoka 200 hadi 70. Sasa bei ya unga iko wapi? Bei ya mafuta iko wapi? Sasa wanaleta mpango mpya ya pesa, finance bill, ambayo sasa wameongeza. Wacha hiyo mambo suri ya manyumba hiyo. Kuna mingi ambazo zimeongezwa ndani ya hiyo bajeti, ambayo ikitekelezwa hali ya maisha itakuwa mbaya zaidi kwa Kenya. Ndio sababu tumesema hii serikali ilisema ni hustlers, mama mboga, boda, jua kali. Hiyo lugha ilienda wapi sasa?
Now, Azimio, Speaker of the National Assembly today urged, that was on Wednesday, urged Leader of Majority Kimani Ichung'wah and Leader of Minority Opiyo Wandayi to exercise leadership skills during the bipartisan talks that were suspended by the Azimio team, stating that they have been shortchanged by the Kenya Kwanza side. According to the Speaker, the two leaders should take it upon themselves to ensure that the talks go through.
Mr. Speaker, as has been put very clearly, these talks have dragged on for too long. In fact, they haven't even started, in earnest. And in fact, Kenyans have developed fatigue over the talks. There are many Kenyans who have already lost interest in those bipartisan talks. So it behoves all of us, if you want to rescue them, to move with speed, but move with speed in good faith. Otherwise, for now, Mr. Speaker, I take it that your communication sets the ground for us to engage further. Thank you very much. God bless.
Honorable Ichung'wah and Honorable Wandayi, you have been given the rare and unenviable privilege of leading this House. You must show leadership. It is not enough for the two of you to come and prostrate yourselves before the House and engage in unproductive lamentations. I want to encourage you, the two of you, The 7 members from either side you nominated are your nominees. And you must guide them, you must show leadership, and you must lead. Because the country is looking at this house to sort out this issue. If the head of the house is crying, what will the children do? So I want to encourage both of you. I don't want this matter to keep resurfacing on the floor. You have offices given to you by Parliament. You have staff given to you by Parliament. You have members who work under you. Sit together and get this matter moving. And I want also to encourage you. Tell your co-chairs, I do not understand the logic of co-chairs sitting next to each other in a meeting, writing endless letters to each other. Call them to order and encourage them that they have been given a responsibility to discharge and they must discharge it.
Now let's head to Siaya, whereby Siaya Deputy Governor William Odwal's office chair calls the taxpayers are hoping 1 million Kenyan shillings. An ad hoc committee appointed by the County Assembly to investigate grounds for his impeachment has heard, according to documents tabled before the House by the executive or the big desk chair, was procured at a cost of 1.1 million Kenyan shillings immediately after the deputy governor assumed office and summoned the county chief officers demanding renovations and replacement of furniture in his office.
Chair, allow me to indicate some areas where, Chair, I feel that as a civil servant, as an employee of the county government here, I've been bullied, intimidated, humiliated. Chair, in relation to this matter, from the onset, from the word go, when these matters started, you can remember that the Assembly requested a DG to give evidence of these allegations on misappropriation of funds in the county executive. So, on the submissions that were given, Mr. Chair, when I went through, because I was given an opportunity to respond to those issues which were raised by the DG in relation to financial mismanagement, that submission 13 times. Literally every paragraph would not go without the mention of Jacob Ingram. To me, Chair, this is intimidation because even in the finance, as much as I'm the accounting officer, I'm a victim. And Chair, I want to invite you, when you retire, maybe as a committee, to write a report to look at section 103 of the PFM Act.
Now, the government has started the reconstruction of schools that were vandalized by bandits in Turkana County at a cost of 100 million Kenyan shillings. Interior CS Kithure Kindiki made the revelation in a statement on Wednesday, saying already KDF troops and the NYS officers have been deployed for the exercise. Now, the construction follows the ongoing security operation in the county and across 5 other bandit-prone counties of North Rift, which Kindiki previously said has succeeded in flashing out criminal elements.
Nimeona kuna sehemu zingine katika Jamhuri ya Kenya ambazo wakati wananchi wako na malalamiko wanachukua sheria mikononi mwao na wanavunja sheria. Na mimi nataka niwaambie ya kwamba tukiendelea hivi tutaharibu udhabiti wa nchi yetu. Juzi nimekuwa kule Isebania katika mpaka wa Tanzania na Kenya. Wakati wananchi ambao walikuwa na ghadhabu waliingia katika kituo cha polisi na kujaribu kuchukua silaha pale na kufungulia wafungwa. Vile vile kule Wajia tulikuwa na tatizo kama hilo. Vile vile pale Kericho nimeona vijana wengine ambao walikuwa na manunguniko fulani wamechoma mali ya umma na kuiba maduka ya watu na kuumiza watu kwa mawe, nguvu ama kutumia uhalifu. Na mimi nauliza viongozi wote wa kisiasa wa ngazi zote za kisiasa wa vyama vyote wa kisiasa, lazima viongozi wajizuie kutumia wananchi kuvuruga amani ya nchi, kuvuruga udhabiti wa nchi, kwa sababu hatuna nchi nyingine ya kwenda. Kenya hii ikivurugika, hatuna nchi nyingine ya kwenda. Kweli si kweli?
Now it's time to take a look at how the local dailies are looking like this morning. Let's see what has been splashed to top of the page of different local dailies. Top of the page of the Daily Nation this morning, the Daily Nation talks about MPs. World Bank won Ruto on tax and a House committee, and the World Bank have cautioned President William Ruto against his ambitious taxation plan, warning that the country's economy is in bad shape and the new measures could sink more Kenyans into poverty. But the warning seems to contradict the lawmakers' recommendation to inflate Dr. Ruto's maiden budget by 80.7 billion Kenyan shillings, a move that is likely to place an extra burden on taxpayers. Also top of the page of the Daily Nation, schools to receive funds tomorrow. Education CS Ezekiel Mashugu has assured schools that they will receive their capitation funds tomorrow. That will be on Friday. He said the money was to be released last week, but Treasury encountered some challenges occasioning the delay. Also top of the page of the Daily Nation, illegal revision of tender document casts shadows over 7 billion Kenyan shillings NHIF deal, and Ombudsman falls immigration over passport delays. And also 200 lorries carrying maize stuck in Namanga after Tanzania stops issuing permits. That is how the Daily Nation is looking like this morning. Top of the page of the Standard this morning, the Standard talks about prayer day. Stock outshines unity call in spite of the theme of yesterday's prayers, which were boycotted by the opposition, being reconciliation with God and men. President Ruto took the opportunity to rail at those opposing the finance bill, saying they are insincere. Also 80 billion Kenyan shillings more for Ruto to spend in ramping up limping economy. And budget estimates presented to Parliament yesterday, that was on Wednesday, showed the figure has gone up by 80 billion from the initial projections, with education and health taking the lion's share. Also, top of the page, Raila asked Kenyans to brace for protest and let's put an end to this madness in Shakahola. It is an editorial comment by The Standard. Top of the page of The Star this morning, The Star talks about stalled projects. Kenyatta's team sunk 77 billion Kenyan shillings. Payouts could have minted billionaires as some were paid for no work done. Azimio boycotts Ruto's national prayer breakfast, and KEMSA, Ministry of Health, contradicted a global fund. And prisons, Warioba whips for inmates in torn uniforms. And prisons boss John Warioba has detailed the sorry state of the country's correctional facilities, cautioning the situation may get out of hand if not urgently addressed. In a confession before the parliamentary committee, Warioba told members of parliament the inmates in tattered uniforms and officers in fading uniforms were the order of the day in prisons. And also, I'm surviving on one lung. If it goes, I'm done. Now, it's a story done by The Star, talks about on the X-ray image, the diseased lung is white mass with a tiny dark spots, maybe a false ray of hope. It is now 10 years after it collapsed and stopped working. Samuel Ndege, age 44, has since survived on one lung. The consequences come immediately. He tires easily and cannot dig his farm without running out of breath. Is a story that is on page 25 of The Star this morning. The biggest story splashed top of the page of The Star. Soul projects, Kenyatta's team sank 77 billion Kenyan shillings. And that is how the local dailies are looking like this morning. Now you allow us to take a quick commercial break. But after the break, we dived deep into a discussion this morning. What is leading to divorce within the church? That is our conversation. We shall be having a guest in studio to just help us understand what is happening. We shall be looking at statistics and also get you to understand reasons as to why there are increase in divorce cases in the country at the moment. Please stay with us. See you after the break. We shall be having that discussion immediately after the break.
You are watching EBN TV, transforming your world.
You've seen them on TV.
Nakushukuru Mungu wangu kwa kunifikisha hapa.
But do you know their stories? Come with me.
If people look at me,
yes,
even before they hear me, will they see Jesus?
Wezi ambia watu mimi am a worshiper, na wakati you are worshiping people can't encounter God.
Ukisoma hiyo inabidi sana katika ile maisha yako hata kama kwamba hauimbi.
Join me, Teddy Psalmist, Mwana wa Engola Mosio
and DJ Show
every Tuesday and Thursday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. only on EBN TV.
News is about people. News is about events.
The exhumation exercise is meant to allow this post-mortem exercise of the 129 bodies that are here.
News is about opinion leaders.
Wale jamaa wa system kwa sababu wamechanganyikiwa, wamekwama, wamerudi katika ile maneno tena ya maandamano.
Issues, conversations, ideas, and about you.
We have never talked about a handshake.
Your voice matters. Your voice must be heard. If you cannot come to us, we will come to you.
Accuracy. It's not simply about getting the facts right. It's about accountability, verifying, validating, and evidence.
Na mtazamaji, mbiu ya mgambo ikilia, jua kuna jambo. Wasaa umewadia kukupasha habari mwafaka na tendeti katika runinga EBN. Jiunge nami Emmanuel Maro kila saa 10 alasiri na saa 1 jioni kwa habari kemkem. Kuja nami.
We take away the lies, the noise, the distortion, the misrepresentation, and give you the truth.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe, watazamaji wa EBN. Kwa majina naitwa Pastor Julius Mutuko, na nataka kukaribisha kwa kipindi ambacho tutakuwa tukisikiliza neno la Mungu kila siku ya Ijumaa na Jumamosi kuanzia saa 3:30 jioni hadi saa 4:30 kila siku kwa lisali moja, na hivyo tukiangazia true worship ama kuabudu halisi, ambapo tukiangalia Biblia kitabu cha Yohana 4:23-24, Yesu alipokuwa akiongea na mwanamke Msamaria alimwambia wakati unakuja ambapo watu watamwabudu Baba katika roho na kweli, kwa maana Baba ni roho ama Mungu ni roho, na yuwatafuta watu kama hao ili wakamwabudu. So jo nami tukaweze kujua kuabudu halisi ni nini kwa siku hizo. Karibuni nyote in Jesus name. Asanteni.
From Nairobi, Kenya. This is EBN TV.
Your faith today is back. It is spiritually deep, full of revelation and fervent in prayer. Reverend Felix Kavoy has accepted to be used by God to touch the heart of men and women. Don't miss from this Tuesday, 7th of February 2023. See you there.
You are watching EBN TV, transforming your
Welcome back and a very good morning to you. If you're joining us, this is Morning Live, where we get to discuss matters that are of importance to you. And this morning we shall be delving deep into something that is on the rise in the country, that is divorce within the church. And this morning I'm not alone in studio. I'm joined with that is Reverend Isaac Moya of the Shiloh Cathedral of Praise in Kariobangi. Good morning, Reverend Isaac.
Good morning to you.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for creating time for us and briefing the chilly weather to make it to the studios.
Amen. Thank you.
Now, this morning, I just bring you into this conversation, direct into it, and we talk about divorce within the church. But first of all, let's talk about what leads to divorce itself. We start by having a conversation of an understanding of what is marriage, first of all, because it's marriage, people get married, then they get divorced. Before we get to divorce, how can we define marriage?
Thank you, first of all, for having me. Thank you so much. Marriage is an institution created by God for recreation. That's why marriage exists. It is there for recreation. And people join. They join together so that they are able to help each other in life and other things. But on my side, I believe marriage is an institution created by God for recreation. That is the purpose. Nothing else.
And you've talked about that. And not everyone now gets into marriage hoping that they will one day get divorced. But circumstances, we can say that day-to-day activities lead to a divorce itself. Now, where does it start? First of all, what literally leads to divorce? Simply because you get married, you're not prepared to getting divorced, you get married, as you've just said, that for a creation, an institution that is there, you are confident that your partner is going to be the best for you. Then after some time, there's an issue. What first of all leads to divorce itself?
You see, first of all, it is entering into marriage with wrong reasons. You see, the Bible says in the book of Genesis chapter 2 verse 18, the Bible says, and God said, it is not good for a man to live alone. It is not good. It does not say, the Bible does not say it is not, it does not say it's a must. You're getting that, eh?
Yeah.
So not everybody should get married. This is not a compulsory institution that everyone must enter. No. No. Where the problem begins is when you enter into marriage for wrong reasons. You enter in marriage because your age. You enter in marriage because pressure. People are telling you, you need to see your kids. You see, such kind of a situation. So many people have entered. The thing that has led to divorce is because you entered into marriage for wrong reasons. You're getting that, eh?
Yeah.
So when you enter into the marriage, now you realize,
it's not a walk in the park.
Yes. So it's not a bed of roses, because marriage is commitment. Marriage is commitment. It is not about saying that I have just somebody along with me. No. It is about commitment, working together, fighting battles together. So divorce will begin when you enter into marriage for wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons.
I entered because I cannot pay my rent. I cannot deal with my issues. So I think if I get somebody now, I'm able to deal with my issue, which is very wrong. But if you enter into marriage for the right reasons, then that marriage will not die. Okay, some people also enter with the right reason, but now in between something enters them, and that is maybe desire of more things, and because they expected maybe when I'm in marriage we'll get children, and now it comes to to the understand that now this lady cannot
get children.
Yes, so you get that position. So there are many things that come there, but the real problem, the real issue here is entering into marriage with wrong reasons.
Now, among the wrong, we have also, you've talked about wrong reasons, entering to marriage for the wrong reasons. That is right. But now it comes a time. Let's talk about you hear someone telling someone else that the reason why I got divorced, it's because of infidelity. It's because of conflict and arguing and all those things. First of all, let's get to the Bible itself. Does the Bible itself allow divorce?
Yes. The Bible allows divorce. The Bible allows divorce in the book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 31. Matthew chapter 5 verse 31, the Bible says, furthermore, it has been said, whoever divorces his wife, let him give her certificate of divorce. But now listen to this 32. It says, but I say to you that whoever divorces his wife for any reason except sexual immorality causes her to commit adultery. Because the Bible allows divorce when there is immorality, when there is infidelity, when you have gone out of your marriage. You're getting that?
Yeah.
It's allowed. But also, in my working ministry, I came also to understand when the marriage becomes abusive, I recommend divorce. First, I don't recommend permanent divorce, just people to separate first, then they come back together. You see, let's speak the truth. Divorce itself, when you say I'm divorcing somebody, it does not only come because of, you should not divorce somebody because of not paying bills. No, that's a wrong reason. You should not divorce somebody because he came late, because he's arguing. You're getting that? You must divorce somebody when, according to the Bible, this for the believers, when you found that person with somebody else. Now, that person has gone out. But also, you should be merciful and forgive that person and move on. Because people have weaknesses. I'm not supporting immorality, but I'm saying people have weaknesses. And you should not destroy something that's been built because somebody
lacked money or something.
Yes, something happened. You're getting that? But to me, divorce, according to the Bible, allows when a man or a woman goes out of the marriage to sleep with other partner.
Now, there was a study that was conducted by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, that is the KNBS, and it recorded that over the last few years, there has been a steady rise when it comes to divorce. And this divorce is happening in church itself. So what is the main reason that nowadays we are witnessing divorce in churches? And we've seen that this comes after someone has spent a lot of money in planning, in getting and splashing out, having a beautiful wedding. But after that, there is a problem. Why is it happening in church nowadays?
I'll be very much open. It's not just happening in the church. It is happening everywhere. It's just a coincidence that that person is a believer. But the truth of the matter is, it is happening everywhere. You see, if you find a man with somebody's wife, it's not a news. But when you find a pastor with somebody's wife, that's a news. You're getting that? That's a news.
Yes.
Now, it becomes a news when a believer has done divorce. But when other people have done it's not an issue. But also, it is true that it's happening even in the church. But this is the issue. I've tried to check the matter of how people get married in the church. And I realized many people, when you're in the church, we believe everybody is saved. We believe everybody is righteous. We believe everybody is okay. Not knowing that church is like an hospital. A hospital where there are people who have recovered and there are people who have not yet recovered. There are people who are under medication. So when you are picking a man or you are picking a lady, you are picking that person with the mind knowing that this person is okay when that person is not okay. So in the long run, you realize, no, what I saw and what I'm seeing now, these are two different people.
So you can say that someone can paint a picture of what they want to see if they want to court you.
Yes. So they pretend to be prayer warriors, they pretend to be great worshippers. So you're marrying a wrong person without knowing. But that just because he's in the church. You see, it is wrong marrying somebody because he's in the church. It is true the Bible allows us not to marry the unbeliever. You're getting that? Because they do not be equally yoked with unbeliever. But the truth is this: you must ensure that person is a true believer. You're getting that?
Yes.
Now, the reason why we find these kind of issues in the church also is because of pressure. Because now we want you to be a leader and we want you to be married. So you end up getting anybody that is just next to you. And you're even helped to be connected with that lady by the wazes wa kanisa. They bring that lady to you. You get that? So you're marrying a lady, she's a good lady, but now you married her not because you wanted to marry at that time. You've married that lady because of the pressure. You want to be a leader, you want to be a pastor, and in some churches they don't allow you to be a pastor when you're not married. You're getting that? The other issue is about many people tend to believe that marriage it is an achievement. So as long as I'm 25, they start praying for marriage. When I'm going to 30, no, it is too late. You're getting that?
And so we've had ladies talking about that. I'm 24, I should get married. And there's pressure around from family and friends. They're looking at you and they're looking at your friend. She got married at 23 and you're like, it's too late for me.
Yes. In fact, you realize that your aunt was married, divorced, got another man, and you are just 25 and you're not married. But this is the truth. You see, marrying because it is a stage or you think that is an achievement, then you have missed it. So many people, they marry because they think God has left them. Other people are getting married. It's like my God is not answering. So they enter into marriage because they believe that by this time I should be married. You getting that? To which, with what we have read the book of Genesis chapter 2, verse 18, it is not compulsory.
You can choose.
Yes. There are people that you should not even marry. So it is not compulsory for you to marry. But now many believers, they believe that I should be married. In fact, they say, it is the plan of God for me to be married. I want to tell you that it's not the plan of God for you to be married. In fact, God is advising us. He's saying, it is not good for a man to be alone. It is not good. He is advising. So it's many it's an advice. So he has not said it is compulsory for a man. It is not compulsory. So if you choose to marry, well and good. So divorce in the churches happens because people are pushed it to be compulsory. They say it is the will of God, so they have to marry. They have prayed, they have fasted. Number two, they have been pressured by people around them. The pastor himself has pressured them. So they find out they find themselves in a corner where by now they have just to get married. And
let's now talk about let's go back to Matthew 5:31 to 32, where you say that a person divorces a wife when it's about immorality and sexual immorality, right? Let's talk about the men of God in church now. There are those who have divorced and they're out there, they're open. They divorced their wives and got married again. Can you term that as adulterous?
It depends. Because where the Bible we have read there, Matthew 5:31, it allows you to divorce when the other partner has been found maybe sleeping with another person. He said, now you are allowed, even if you are a pastor. This does not separate you. If you are a pastor, if you are a prophet, as long as that has happened, then it is permitted. But now, we must know what is the truth. You see, the problem is this: how do we know that the wife did that? How do we know that the husband did that? That's why you are separating. But also on the other side, I'm trying to sensitize on something here. That is good to forgive each other. You're getting me? Because every husband is somebody's ex. Yes, every wife is somebody's ex. You're getting me? So it's good sometimes to forgive and to move on. Because at the end of the day, you separating won't help, because you might marry the other person and also goes to the same position. So to me, I don't support, even if that position has come. I'm just saying, I've never been there, but I'm saying it is good that you don't separate. But there are men of God who have been there and they have divorced their wives, depending with the issues. But I think some of them is not about immorality. Some of them maybe they have found themselves, they don't agree in ideologies and other things. But to me, I believe if you are a man of God, there are things that you should run away from, because you are a teacher.
Now, so because you're talking about the men of God, because they're the ones now, they start by also teaching about marriage. So what if now the members of the church saying that the man of God now is the one now who has divorced and married again? So the biggest question here is it okay now for them to marry again, or should they that just stay as they are? It has happened. Now let me just stay as I am and just continue leading the people towards the right direction. Because if he gets married and maybe it's through adulterous means or something else, don't you think that it paints a different picture when it comes to the man of God?
Sure, it paints a bad picture. But I want to say this: even a pastor is a man. Let's just say a man of God. So he is a man. He's just like you. The difference is the anointing, is the grace, is the calling. But he's still what? A man. You see, when you are in the house, in your house, you don't speak in tongues. You're getting that? Eh? The way another man gets children is the same way a prophet gets children.
Okay.
You're getting me? So when a man of God has found that there is a problem in his marriage, I ask, it is good to maybe to solve it through their cover, their spiritual parents, so that it may not enter to the place of divorce. I ask all men of God to avoid that position. Every pastor has an issue. In fact, by the way, let me just speak freely. If anybody is and if there is a wife of a pastor somewhere there, they can confirm with me. Being a pastor's wife is not easy. I'm a pastor, and I'm telling you the truth. It is not easy. You're getting that? And many pastors have found themselves in divorce because sometimes they don't even get time of their wives. They don't get time of their families. You're getting that? And other issues that has escalated. Now, if you are a man of God and reaches the point whereby you want maybe to go for a divorce, I think it is very serious and it should be checked. What is the reason? Because there are pastors they are dying and because they fear to divorce, and inside there is a lot of pain. So I ask every pastor's wife, if there is a challenge, please bring it out. Go to your bishop, go to your spiritual covering, talk it out, that you may be assisted. The problem is this: many men of God, they are quiet and they say, I'm giving it to God. They have nobody to share with, because when I come and tell you, Brian, you know what? There's a problem in my marriage. You are like, no, even me have problem. You're getting that? So how can I help you? I wanted you to help me, but
it's about the society and how the society pictures the man of God.
So people believe that men of God are perfect. They cannot have a failed marriage. You're getting that position. To which they are passing through other things, and now they are dying and they are suffering inside. They cannot speak it outside. So I ask all men of God to seek advices. But it is true, when a man of God and you are in marriage and you feel now this one is not working, please go out there, outside there, get an advice about that marriage, and if possible, ikikatana, please chomoka.
Now let's talk about divorce in this way. Now you get that there's someone who gets divorced before they get born again. So after the divorce, they get born again. And there's someone now who gets divorced now in church now. How can these two people, like let's take a look at this person who divorced, then got born again, and maybe it was through the same means, adulterous means. Can this person, when this person gets to church, can the church advise this person to remarry?
Yes. If you divorced and you are not saved, because maybe of the adulterous issues, and you come back to church, yes, you are allowed to remarry.
And how about the one that has happened inside the church itself? Is it that those who, we can say that the leaders of the church who help the young people in the church, can we say that if a divorce happens in church to this person who has been church going, has always been there attending services, and has divorced, can we say that remarry, and can we say that the church is the one that has failed?
No. That person can remarry, depending who is innocent. Depending who is innocent. If is the one, he or she is the one, then it is okay. Number two, about church failing. No, church has not failed. The truth is this: man has failed, not the church. You see, when I fail as a pastor, and I connected with the church, that the church has a problem. No, it is me as Isaac. I have a problem. You get it? So if I'm beating my wife, it's not church beating my wife. It is me beating my wife.
So it goes back to you as a person.
Yes.
Not the church itself.
The truth is this: people have been trained, people have been taught. But listen, you will not follow as a pastor. You will not follow everybody to confirm if they are doing what you taught them. You will not follow them to confirm if they are following the scripture. You're getting that? And if you realize, you'll call them and talk to them, but at the end of the day, you advise them, but it is them to decide whether to live a righteous life or not. And I'm telling you the truth, many believers are not living the righteous life. So you will not force them to do that. You just teach them and confirm to them. If you find them, they are going the other way around, you talk to them and tell them, now, you have to stop this. You're getting that? But if they have decided to do it, they will do it. So you will not blame the church. You will not stop preaching, because the people that you are teaching, they are continuing to be sinners. You can only stop them from ministering. You can also advise them. You can tell them, now, this is the enough is enough. But at the end of the day, if they have continued, they have decided to do it, they will go to another church and do it again and again. So the church has not failed, because the church, we are teaching the truth. We are telling them, please stop immorality, stay with one wife, do this and do that. But at the end of the day, people make decision on what they want to do. Like now, you see, there are many advisors, many advisors in the body of Christ. So they advise you, they tell you this is the way and this is the other way. I saw another man of God saying that you can marry many wives. It is not in the Bible. They confirm with they check with Solomon and other things. That was then, not now. You are getting that? So many people, they try to cook some scriptures for their own benefit. And it is in the Bible that the time that is coming, that we will have people that they will want to hear words that will be blessing, will be a blessing to them, that they want to know, they want to learn, they will concur with things that they want and not what God wants them to do. So to me, the church has not failed.
And as Reverend Isaac says, that it's not about the church. The church has not failed. Now we are going to take a quick commercial break, but after the break we shall be engaging Pastor Isaac more in regards to why there is an increase when it comes to divorce cases among the youth in the country. See you after the break.
You are watching EBN TV, transforming your world.
With great love and joy, I especially welcome you to worship with us at Redeemed Gospel Church Buruburu. This is a true family church, a true spiritual home. Redeemed Gospel Church Buruburu is home to exuberant prayers, deep and true worship. A house of prayer that will leave you feeling refreshed. Our first service starts at 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. and our second service starts at 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. On Wednesdays, we have our midweek service from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and every Friday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. we have our night of glory. This is the church you have been looking for. This is the place for your spiritual growth and maturity. See you this Sunday and karibu sana.
Pastors are human. Worship leaders are human. All ministers of the gospel are also human. What happens when the expectations of the society are not met? What happens when the minister cannot handle all the pressure from the society? Join me, Pastor Julius Olode, together with the other kingdom ministers, as we handle these matters, as we tackle these issues here at the Kingdom Ministers Reality Hour on EBN TV every Saturday from 7:30 in the evening up to 8:30 in the evening. And the Lord will bless you. Shalom.
This is EBN TV, transform.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. A very good morning to you. If you're joining us, this is a Morning Live and today's topic is divorce within the church. And I'm joined with the Reverend Isaac Moya of the Shiloh Cathedral of Praise in Kariobangi, whereby he's helping us to understand what is happening in the country at the moment. Now, Reverend, let me just get you into this immediately. Why is it that nowadays there is an increase in divorce cases than in the past? And I've just I took a look at the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics when they say that from 2020 there has been an increase in divorce cases. And closely, I was doing a report on an average 95 couples file for divorce in a month. So why is it that nowadays there is an increase in divorce cases than in the past?
As I've just said, there is an increase of divorce because today we have no real, we have no wives, we have no husbands, we have only boys and girls. That's what the Bible says in the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 22. It says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing." You see, it doesn't say who finds a woman. He who finds a wife. So if you are found as a wife, now that's correct. But now if you find a girl, you'll marry a girl, and at the end of the day, a girl has not yet become a wife. You're getting that? So many youths, many people, they find girls and they marry. Boys, a boy and a girl, they meet together and they marry. You're getting that? And afterward they realize, no, I need Shiro, I need Njoki, I need Anyango. Why? Because I don't think that we are compatible. Number two is because of the reason of marrying. Nowadays, those other days, people are marrying because when they reach to a certain age, they were allowed to marry. You're getting that, eh?
Yeah.
And by the way, in those days, in the early years, marriage was like so it was signifying wealth. And people by the way were so serious, and you can confirm with me, you can concur with me that by that time, even marriage was about people who are virgins. Not like now, you don't know who is or who is not. You're getting that?
Yeah.
Now marriage is about big behinds. So the reason why somebody has gotten married is because he has seen a lady with a big behind, and
the wrong reasons.
They have gotten married. Then to realize that in marriage, in marriage is not about big behind. In fact, you will not remember the day that you will check your wife's behind. You're getting that? But no, you've married a person because of what? Sitting allowance. At the end of the day, it is not helping you in the marriage. You're getting that? Others, they marry because of beauty. Because they say now we are meweza, so you married the girl because she's beautiful. But you forget that when you are in marriage, it's not about beauty. You're getting that?
Yeah.
Others marry because of the tall, dark, and handsome. The guy is handsome, yes, but here no brain. So when you come to the issues in the family, you realize, no, I married the wrong person. Yes, he's handsome. Yes, girls there, they're like, wow. But the true, in real sense, no, I married a fool. You're getting that?
Yeah.
So with those reasons, they have married and they have to divorce their partners. And now they have, and also just remember that they are divorcing with the wrong reason, because that's not the right reason. You're getting that? Many people think they enter in marriage because it is so sweet. They think that when I enter to marriage, I'm able to do 1, 2, 3, will be walking to, because they have watched soap operas and they've seen Alejandro kissing, riding a horse. You're getting that? So they believe and they think when they enter marriage, they will be riding horses, they will be walking together, kissing each other in the beach.
Staycations.
Yes, you get those issues. So when they get into marriage, they realize, this is another issue. You're getting that? So because of finding out what happens in the marriage, they have to run away.
Okay. Now, how can you help us now understand the qualities of a wife and a husband? Maybe someone is out there now wants to get married. What are these qualities that you can differentiate between a boy or a man and a husband, and a girl or a lady and a wife?
Very good. First of all, I'll say this: to find if you want to get married, just get a God-fearing person, a person that fears God. If you get a woman that does not fear God, I'm telling you, you failed in the beginning. They must be able to fear God. You see, the reason why many men don't leave they don't divorce, some of them don't divorce, is because of some reason, because of religion. If a man is truly saved and fears God, he will not divorce. You're getting that? Number 2, money. If the man has no money, the man will stay quiet. You're getting? So me, I say this first: make sure that the man fears God, and the man has a background. A background, Bible church background. A man has a faith believing church, and he's able to hear his parent and his pastor. Because if you marry a man that cannot be controlled by his father or his pastor, I'm telling you, you are doomed. So if you are looking for a good wife, if you're looking for a good man, me, I believe God-fearing man, not about money, a God-fearing man. It has to begin from there. Number 2, a man with a vision. Or a woman with a vision also. If you see that it's like they don't know where they are coming from and they don't know where they are going, I'm telling you, even if you enter into that marriage, you will not know where you are going. That's why you will find divorce in the next 6 months. Why? Because even himself, he's surprised that he's in marriage. You're getting that? So if you want to get married, kindly look for a God-fearing man, a person with a vision, a person who knows where he wants to go. Ask some question prior
You have to do thorough background check.
Yes.
So that you get to understand, who am I getting married to?
Ask the person, how many children? Why do you want marriage? How many children do you want us to have? How will we survive? You're getting that? What is your vision? What is your backup plan? Where are we going to? Ask those questions.
So we can say that that starts from, that is the preparation now.
Yes.
To marriage.
Yes.
So if you don't prepare well, then you'll end up getting divorced.
In fact, the problem of many marriages, people don't ask questions. Ask as many questions as possible. In fact, like now we have LGBTQ. Ask the partner, are you there? Have you ever slept with a man? Ask the lady, have you slept with another girl? You see, those questions, ask them. Let them answer those questions. Then sit down and look at them. Confirm, is it true? Because what happens, you marry a person and you find that this guy is homosexual. Yes, he's very handsome, but you never knew that. But you never asked any question. So it's good to ask.
So it's about asking. Don't fear.
Don't fear. Ask every question. Yes.
And now,
I don't know if I've answered the question right. I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. And now let's talk about. I was looking at the youth. It's the youth currently at the moment. Now, you look at them now. They want 7.5 million kind of weddings, or I can say, for lack of a better word, a kode kind of like wedding, whereby they want the world to know that they are getting married and all that. Then after few months, trouble.
That's why I'm saying this. Today, marriage, the other time, those other years, was about getting a husband, getting a wife, getting children, making life better. You're getting that. But today, it is, I want to trend. So I'm getting married because I'm getting married because I must show you something. I must prove a point. You know, they're getting married to prove a point. And by that, I saw the wedding that you're talking about. I saw a comment from the Bahati, this artist. The Mtoto Mama, and he said, that what do you think about our wedding? You're getting that?
Yeah.
So many people will want. I want a wedding like that. In fact, even the one that you have named, you have named, she did that wedding to prove a point. You're getting that, and she's a divorcee by many husbands. But this is the truth. You're getting many people, many youths, they enter into marriage because they want to prove a point. I can get children, I can have a husband, I can have my own house, I can have a better wedding. You're getting that? But at the end of the day, there is nothing, there is no commitment. That's what they will tell you. They wake up, they wake you up and tell you, now we are taking a selfie, because they want to post something that morning. You're getting that? Because of trending. And listen to me.
So it's all about, they have online in-laws.
So they are not in marriage because of the right reasons. They want to prove to people, they want to prove to them that I got married. Oh, this is how I'm living. You're
this
getting
is
that?
My husband.
Yes.
We have bacon and a sausage in the morning for breakfast.
Yes, this is how we are living
so
life.
There's no secret when it comes to their marriage. It's open.
It is open. And let me tell you one thing. When you get married, don't be lied to by anybody. I'm telling you this. There are ladies outside there, they want that man who is married. In fact, ladies out there, the single ladies there, they want a married man. They wanted a married woman, the single men out there. So when they see you are married, they are thinking how they can bring you out of that marriage. You're getting that? The other point is this. You enter into marriage because you knew the person is doing well. And in the next few months, something happens. Maybe he lost his job and something happens. What happens to that lady who entered in that marriage because he wants to trend, to show off? They have a car. The car, gari mechotwa. Everything has gone. What happens to that lady? The divorce calls, it is called, it was not part of it, but now it has been called to happen. Why? I expected that we live a lavish life, but now the man has become, so I have to run away and get somebody who has money.
The youth are money-minded at the moment, and they're showing off.
Yes.
Because nowadays you get a lady, the first question is which kind of job do you do? What's your income? Do you have a car? Where do you stay?
Yes.
Those are some of the questions that they're asking nowadays. And based on what you said earlier, those are not the questions you should be asking. You should be asking if this person has a Christian kind of background. But nowadays it's all about, do you have this? Do you have that? Materialistic?
It's good to confirm, is he a believer? What does he fear? You're getting that?
Yeah.
Because if he has nothing, I'm telling you, you're in a danger zone. He must be fearing. You must fear something. You're getting that? Eh? So in a youth marriage where we have youths, we must avoid issues of money. Issues of trending, issue to prove a point that I'm better than the other person, I'm doing better than them. You must kick this out of your marriage.
And are there consequences when it comes to divorce itself?
Yes. You see, if you divorce for wrong reason, because many divorcees outside here for wrong reason. There is no sexual immorality. I'm telling you the truth. Even when you hear them complaining outside there, you just ask them the issue. They'll tell you, oh, he was not available for me, or he's not talking to me. I want him to talk to me. He's not buying things for me. He's not paying the rent. You're getting such kind of issues.
Yeah.
You see, marriage, when you enter in marriage, you entered as a helper. So it's you to help that person. In fact, I'm calling out ladies out there. If you have a husband and your husband fails, you are the one who have failed, not your husband, because you are the helper to your husband. So if he's failing, it's because you have failed. You're getting that?
Yeah.
Every man, every woman must make sure that if I'm married to a person, we must push things through. We must succeed together. We have become one. You get that? So the other part of saying we can divorce, we cannot, it should be out of topic, according to me.
Now, there's this issue. There was also a report that was also conducted in regards to their families that are headed by women, and their families that are headed by men. We can say that maybe this man had a job, then he lost the job, now the wife has to chip in. Do you see this kind of marriage succeeding between a family that is headed by a man and a family that is headed by a woman? Which one is likely to succeed?
Let me say this, holding on that, I was talking about consequences of marriage, of divorce. This is the truth. If you divorce your wife or your husband, I'm telling the truth, there are consequences. Some of you maybe you are divorcing the right man that God gave to you, and you might never recover again, because the person that God wanted you to have, now you have divorced that person because of petty things. So you might end up marrying wrong person now. You're getting that? So me advice, please try to seek advice and make sure that things are working if they're not working. About what you have asked.
In terms of a family that is headed by a woman and a family that is headed by a man.
This is the fact. And all married men, those sincere married men, they will confirm this with me. They will agree with me. Family is headed by a wife. That is the fact. A man cannot head a family. I'm telling you the truth. Because women they are able to multitask. You're getting the way I've dressed today. It is my wife. It is not me. You're getting me? And all other men out there, if their wives will not check on them, make sure that they are looking good, make sure they are making the right decision, they will fail. I don't dispute there are wives that are not good. Okay, but I'm telling you, if we go according to the book of Proverbs chapter 18 verse 22, that he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. He who finds a good, you're getting me? Finds a good thing. I'm telling you the truth. Wives are the one that manages us. In fact, look at men that are doing nothing. I'm telling you, it's because they are the one managing their wife.
Okay.
You're getting me? So if your wife is earning money and you're not earning anything, it is not bad. As long as the wife, she's comfortable with you. You're getting that? If she's comfortable, it is okay. But me, I advise men to go out. Even if your wife earns more than you, please don't feel that competition. The reason why such kind of marriage will fail is because a man feels that she has to call the shots and feel like, no, the woman should not be the one bringing the money. But this is the truth. If your wife, she's blessed, she's already blessed. If she's earning 2 million and you're earning 500,000, please thank God for her and support her to do more. You're getting that? Me, I believe that marriage should stand and should not collapse. If only the man will agree that for sure, my wife, you are blessed. The other side, the other flip of the coin is this: the wife also to agree that, you know what, I'm blessed, I have money, and you know what, you are my husband. I don't care about what you are earning. I will support you and I'll be with you. I will not show, I will not shame you because I earn a lot from you. So to me, every wife, any marriage that is in such kind of a position, it depends with the wife. And also the other part, small part of the man, the wife to agree that, you know what, I've married you, I love you so much, even though you're not there. Yes, I understand your position and I will help you to become. In fact, a good wife should make sure that the husband stands. Put capital for your husband to stand. Even if you're earning money, let men know that you're not earning more than your husband.
Keep it as a secret.
Yes, keep it as a secret and make people see your husband, how big he is, how, you know, if a king, if a man becomes a king, it is automatic. Automatically, a wife becomes what? A queen. But when a wife becomes a queen, her husband is not a king. So, as a wife, make sure that your husband becomes what? A king. Because when he becomes a king, you become a queen. Yes.
Now, let's talk about there are different types of divorce. You've seen there's one whereby people live peacefully, and there is another one whereby now that is happening in the country. We saw the other day it was also about the 50-50 share, the court's ruling that this time, if you came with your suitcase, you live with your suitcase. So how can you see that in terms of how can someone live marriage peacefully without all these wrangles? Or I came, I found that you are in a 1-bedroom house, now we are in Kitusuru, I want half of this property.
Me believe if you want to live a good marriage must be okay. I don't think that is a good name, but it's a fact. Become a fool. Become just become. Don't talk. Assume other things. You're getting me? Because what brings wrangles in a marriage is when you are talking too much. It is when you want everything to be right. Is when you are trying to be assistant Jesus. It's when you are trying to check every mistake and you want to discuss everything. You're getting me? Sometimes there are things that you don't discuss. There are things just let them go. You're getting me? For us to avoid divorce, we must make sure that. And if you want to, because you want to live peacefully, avoid asking questions that you know what it will lead to. For example, you are going to take a shower, and for those who don't have maybe the instant shower, and your wife must carry the basin and take it to the nini. If it has not been taken there, please just go and take it. You have your own hands. Just take it and shower. You are getting me? You see, I've realized what makes marriages to collapse. They are small things. In fact, they are called misunderstandings. Why are you sleeping on this side of the bed and you should be sleeping the other side? And the wife said, no, I should be sleeping in at the corner. Why? Because you are the husband. You should be the other side. You are protecting me. And I said, no. You get that situation. They are arguing with you about things that are not important. You're getting me? It's because that I came and did not welcome me well. There's another man that is doing well. There's another husband that is doing well. Those comparisons. You're getting me? But to me, there are things that you mute. You don't discuss about them. There are things that you see and you talk about them and you solve the issues when they are serious issues. But when there is no issue, please don't bring issues. And I will say this should start with men. Men.
And what happens now when children are involved? Now you get that they have divorced, but now they have kids. There's issues to do with custody. How can these two ensure that they don't get to a point whereby now they have to fight for their children in court?
I wish I will not like I will not never pray for people to reach that position. But if it has reached to that position, you know, the court will always rule in the favor of the wife. Because of the kids, if they have not reached to certain kind of age. But now, according to me, if there is agreement between the two on how to take care of their children, it's good to have that agreement how to take care of their children and how to work together in that path of divorce, because it's a painful path. Painful path to divorce with somebody that you got married, you got children, the person said, I love that person, and now you're saying I don't love that person. It is a painful situation. So because of course the court will also rule in favor of the wife, because the children, unless the wife maybe she's under drugs or other issues, that's when maybe they will advise accordingly. But if the wife she's sober, another thing, they will ask the husband maybe to take to support the wife and support the children.
And how can one literally can prayer help a marriage stand? Can someone now just pray and tell God, God, please, when I'm getting into this thing, I don't want it to collapse? Can someone use prayer to ensure that he or she cements the marriage so that they cannot reach to a place whereby now they have to say goodbye to each other?
Yes, you can pray, but there's something that you have to understand. Prayer, it is a key. You're getting me? There are many keys. So when you are praying about your marriage, it is good. Pray, because the Bible says, pray without ceasing. You're getting me? In the book of Luke chapter 18 verse 1, the Bible says, and it said the parable to them that men ought to pray always and not to faint. So in other words, we have to pray always. Always we need to continue to pray. But this is what happens to do. This is what happens in a marriage. If you pray and you don't do what you are supposed to do, you have already failed. You must make sure when you are praying, you are taking that position of prayer, and also what you need to do as a man, as a wife, do it. Imagine I'm praying that my marriage should be good, and a wife, she's praying for a marriage to be good, and she's not submissive. And whereby, on the other side, the Bible says what? Wife, submit to your husband. Men, husband, love your wife. You are not doing this. These are the principles. So I think when it comes to prayer, you must make sure that you are a submissive wife. You are a loving husband. When you have done all this and you are praying all together, you are doing the right thing. But if you are doing contrary to that and you are praying, then nothing will happen. By the way, let me tell you, God will never do what you are supposed to do, because God knows his role and your role. Like the way we are here, our role, we are talking, we are discussing. There is the role of the cameraman. They will not pray, and you will not pray for God to help you to hold the camera. So you have to sit here, and the cameraman should do what he needs to do. You're getting me? There's a person in the control room. They must do what they need to do. You're getting? That's the same position of prayer. So I make sure that I do my part. You're getting me? And God will do his part.
So this morning, as we wind up, we are out of time, but as we wind up, your advice to, let's say that to the young couple, those who are planning to get married, and those who are 1 month into marriage, how can you advise them some of the things they're supposed to do to avoid that they get to divorce?
I will advise young couples one thing: don't compare your marriage with any other marriage. It might look good. You might have some people that you think they are your mentors and other things, but let me tell you the truth: don't compare your marriage with any other marriage. God has given you that space, and make sure that you do it the right way. The other thing is this: pray continuously for your marriage. Pray continuously as you are doing the right thing. Pray for your marriage. The other part: work together. It is not about you as a husband alone. It's not about you as a wife alone. It's partnership. Work together. together, support each other, and from there your marriage will succeed. The last word also, don't share your problem with your family members. Yeah, because they will when you share more with many people about your marriage, they will advise you the way they think is right. There are many advisors outside there. Please get the right person who can advise you. If it's your pastor, if it's your best couple, make sure that you talk to them in the issue that you're passing, because this is the funniest thing. What is happening to you, it is happening to other marriages. Therefore, kindly just talk to them and you'll understand there are things that are normal, there are things that are abnormal. So when you talk, you'll know which one is normal and which one is abnormal.
So you're saying that do not show the world the ugly part of your home.
No.
Do not come out on social media, because nowadays we have social media and people are using stories on Facebook, stories on Instagram, status on WhatsApp to just showcase what they are going through. So you're saying that that should not be the case.
No. Just go to marriage is private. When you're making it to be public, you're making a very big mistake. You see, I'm a pastor and sometimes we have misunderstanding with my wife. You're getting that?
Yeah.
Imagine me posting to people that we have a misunderstanding. What am I doing to them? I'm telling them marriage is not good. You're getting that, and you realize there's some misunderstanding that we have. It's just common. You're getting me. One time when I was advising somebody, I made a wrong mistake. Some years ago, because me, I put my money. Or my wife can take my ATM and other things, and we are okay with that. You're getting. So I advised somebody. I said, no, give your wife the ATM. She's okay, because I thought my wife is like his wife. Only to be surprised, he said to me, Pastor, my wife, she will eat all. You're getting that?
Yeah.
So I advise you that don't compare your marriage with other people's marriage. Don't follow social medias to confirm if your marriage is working or not. The same man that you married, listen to me, just sit with that man. So understand that man, understand that woman. You realize there is a better part of that woman. The other last word is this. Remember the day you met. Because the thing that makes marriages to collapse, there are two things: forgetting and thanksgiving. Because when you forget, you stop thanking God, thanking that person. When you met that person, you are not the way you are. So please never forget how you met that person. The first sight, the first day that you saw that person, how you loved each other, that made you to marry each other.
It should be the fuel.
Yes. Number two, thank God and keep thanking that person for accepting you and for that marriage to continue working. So see the better part of that person. The day I will see the negative part about you, let me tell you, I will leave you. I will not communicate with you, and our friendship will end that day.
And can God bless a second marriage?
I'll bring it again.
Now someone has just divorced and married again. Can God bless that marriage? And if the reasons were adulterous?
I've said, who is innocent? If you are innocent, it is already blessed. If the person is innocent, it's already blessed. But you know, the Bible continues says that if the person, the problem comes if you divorce the person because of not cooking well. You're getting that? Instead of training your wife, you divorced her. You see, all of you become adulterous. So anybody marries that wife continues to do immorality. You're getting that? You analala na bibi ya wenyewe, analala na bwana ya wenyewe. So make sure if you're marrying somebody, confirm, were they married? How did they separate? What was the problem?
And what if the two divorcees, all of them divorced for the same reason? Is it now okay, now that the two are guilty? Is it okay now for either of them to just go out there and find someone else, and will it be
biblically it allows when somebody has done that and you have left that person, it's okay. But now these are two sinners, these are two immoral these are dangerous people get into another marriage. I'm telling you, if they have not changed, I'm telling you, it will be a disaster when they get to another person. But if the person is innocent, that you are left because of this and that, it is okay. If you repent, now that's the issue with God. If you repent, you are forgiven and you can begin again.
Your closing remarks as we come to an end in regards to divorce within the church.
It is my prayer to every believer outside there that divorce will be the last option. It is my prayer that divorce will be the last option to every, not only believers, but to every person. Number two, make sure before you get married to a person, know that person well, understand why you're getting that marriage, understand what kind of a man, what kind of a woman that you're getting married to, and please be open before marriage. Let them know your status, let them know what you are able to do and what you are unable to do. Lastly, make sure that you get counseled. Get a counselor to tell you and to take you through issues of marriage before getting married.
Thank you very much, Reverend Isaac, for making time for us to discuss this topic, and I'm sure that we shall engage you in the future where we get to talk about this issue once again. And thank you for creating time for us. And that is just it, what we've had this morning on Morning Live. We've been talking about divorce within the church, and I hope now that you've gotten an understanding in regards to what divorce is, what it entails, how it starts, and how you can even prevent it. And when you are out there, you planning or you're having a wedding that is upcoming, I hope that you've been informed and you also been educated in what you need to look at before you get married. To the team that has made this a success, I say thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day, and thank you for those who have commented on our Facebook page, and those who have there's one, Terian Mwaiki says that then men doing nothing are the ones managing their wives.
Oh, the men that are doing nothing.
Yes.
No. If a man is doing nothing, they are not managing their wife. But what I'm just saying is this: if you get married to a person that is well, kindly support each other, move forward.
Thank you very much. Thank you for creating time for us. Have a good day. My name is Alusa.
You are watching EBN TV, transforming your world. You are watching EBN TV, transforming